Yeah. Well, I get initiative on whether or not I get to watch or not.
Ooh, wow. Roll for consent.
No. We're rolling for sneak, bro.
You take off the condom.
What condom?
Sean, you setting up your stream?
There was a Snickers
I
wrapper.
think it's up and running. I'll be
no,
right.
no.
I'll get
Did
back
you even
to
hear
you.
what you said?
Who?
Yeah, we're good to go there, Caleb, whenever.
Alrighty.
We're all just talking about Honky watching Caleb piss, and Caleb's like, Sean, you setting up your stream? It's like, nobody noticed. It killed me.
Caleb's setting his up right now.
Alright. I want Fisker and Scrog to roll me a d20.
I refuse.
Fisker.
Coming from a land with the Diggle ditch of the ice and snow.
There it is.
You're frantically climbing, flying beside the lifeline. You glance back, and your friends are all there. You've managed to kind of pull ahead of them, except Finnick. You can't see him behind you, but you all press on anyway. And coming into view is the solitary room where you all completed the ritual. You press forward, and it's almost like a gravity well. It's also kind of pulling you that way. And you're going faster and faster and faster and faster and faster until your consciousness reconnects with your body. Your eyes open.
Okay, so I become suddenly aware that I wasn't in my own body. It's confirmed.
Yes,
Okay.
it's confirmed.
Grog's
You
going
look
to
around.
keep frantically climbing as he enters his regular body.
And
End up
as
in the
you
right
look
bodies?
around, what's that?
Did we all end up in the right bodies?
Oh, that would have been fun. Which
Right, I rolled a 1. Who are you in? The bucket. You are now a bucket.
Yeah, you landed the old dude. Ah, fuck! On death's door. So you look around, and it's kind of like that slow motion before a car crash or something crazy happening, where time seems to slow down.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see around the room, and the old guy is still kind of he's like finishing the last syllable of the spell he was casting, kind of thing. And then you kind of go, oh. And next, Scrog, you enter your body, and then Zen enters his body. But time begins to kind of catch up to its regular speed, Fisker. What do you do?
I'm going to look around for Edmund. Look at the old man. Is he here? Did we do it?
So you look at the old man, and the old man's like, you look at Edmund, and he's looking around. His eyes are kind of darting around the room. Make a perception check.
Splash some cold water on Edmund and give him a little slap.
Is that for both of us?
No, just for Fisker. So you run up to Edmund and you splash water on him, and he moves not like he has been for the last while. He grabs your hands and like clasps them, and he goes to say something, and it comes.
Great. He's a fucking vegetable.
And he stands up and he looks around and he sees Scrog and he runs up little halfling Edmund and he hugs Scrog around the waist.
Around the cock, more like it.
Scrog's just going to pick him up and embrace him in a big hug.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's my little buddy. That's the first guy I robbed a guy with. me and Edmund. Me and Edmund robbed a shit ton of people and then we're sitting at the bar.
So you set him down and he makes some more noise. And he holds his hand over his mouth and shakes his head.
Who did this to you?
Pardon?
Phonemes, Edmund. Who did this to you?
So he frantically looks around and he sees a sheet of paper on a desk nearby and a quill. And he goes over and dips it in and starts furiously writing on it.
Fisker's gonna pat him on the back and make calming noises as he writes.
Sun's getting real low. Sun's getting real low.
Can you make the calming noises?
Oh, it's gonna be okay, buddy. There you go.
The opposite of what Honky hears.
Oh, the baby didn't like it.
It's okay. The big boys here. The big boys here. And
That's
he
what Edmund
gestures
sounds
to
like.
Scrog.
Nah. So he writes down and he goes, like, terrible artifact. I don't feel well, but I'm back. Thank you. With a whole bunch of exclamation marks.
Get Fisker up to the old man. He's like, well, looks like you were a man of your word. It's good thing we were able to get him back, because getting that shit for you almost killed us. But in the
He
meantime,
looks a little confused.
and then he walks up to him, and Fisker puts his face like right the fuck up to the old man, because he's obviously not completely lucid, and he's like, do we have a tonic or a potion that we can give Edmund to help his recovery? He's babbling and incoherent. I mean,
He kind of
Surely you can-
blinks a whole bunch and potions final is June 17th.
coconut water,
Potion.
anything.
Water, yes, water. It's just the cistern in the other room. And he kind of wanders over to a chair and sits down and starts to kind of shakes a little bit. Finals due next week.
Is this
His chin kind of hits his chest.
Did all of this shit that we got for the wizard, was that I can't remember what it was called, unobtainium or something? Was that consumed?
Residual.
Yes, so
Residual.
you look. He had put it on a little ritual cart, and you look now, and there's a small smoke trail kind of weaving its way up from where it was.
He's so fucking retarded. I would suggest we also steal it all back if he hadn't consumed it all. Ah, gosh. All right, forget it. You've done your part. Fisker shuffles back over across the room. You can see his fucking hair graying, and he just goes like, all right, he's going to be of no more use to us. Let's get Edmund to a safe, comfortable place. Perhaps the inn. It's familiar to... Wait, was he conscious when we were last there? I can't remember. He's asking in-game.
Ben?
Hello.
What the fuck? How you doing?
I'm not home. I'll probably be home in like half an hour,
Oh,
so...
right.
We just barely started, dude, so don't even worry about it.
You know,
We had
Okay,
another-
well,
they're back.
even
at
if
their
you,
bar.
even
Why are
if
you
you
so
go
late?
for another hour, I'll be home after that.
Why are you
Oh.
running so late?
Just left work a little late, and I got to meet up with fucking Lyle here, and fucking whatever. It's okay. It's the start of my weekend, so I can stay a little later. But it's okay. I'm here. I can listen for now.
Well, when you
Okay,
see
yeah.
Tickler,
You
tell
can
him I
still-
said hello.
You
I
can still
definitely
kind of
will.
play a little bit too if you guys want, like Theater of the Mind. There'll be no combat for a while at least. So
That's all we got right now is Theater of the Mind, so it's the same shit.
I'm
Yeah.
so let's
literally turning on my
pop
computer
over
right now.
perspective a little bit to Scrog. So you put Edmund down and you see him scrawl the note, and you see the old dude sit down in a chair. I'd like you to make a perception check as the old man sits down in the chair.
Talking to Scrog, right?
If you can. Are your hands free, Scrog? Are your honkies free, honky? Are you muted, honky? Well, we can move to Zen.
Are you
cool,
the
Zen?
gatekeeper?
The gatekeeper.
Ben. We can move to Ben.
Okay.
All right. Davos, you come back into your body a little bit later, and your eyes open up, and you see this old man sleeping in front of you, and you're feeling pretty groggy, not feeling great, to be honest.
Nope.
And you see Edmund and Scrog in the corner, and Fisker's trying to talk to the old dude who's falling asleep.
Okay, well, I'll go up to Fisker and be like, holy shit, that was a trip. What's going on? Is this old man even awake?
The old man is I don't know if the spell consumed his mind, but he's not lucid. I think he's slipped that last few microns into senility in the 0.2 seconds of real world time we were in that portal. Let's just get Edmund to a safe and warm place. And Fisker will announce to the group. Maybe we should get back to the hotel. If we have enough money and put him up there. Or we can take him to my house. But we
We
can't
can
all
also
fit
go to your
in
house,
my
but we have paid for like 5 days worth of nights at the inn.
Oh, have we?
Yeah,
Paid for 1 day, and then you got 5 days when Edmund got kidnapped.
Yeah, and we
no.
can get food there and shit. Like
let's
everything,
go
just
back.
luxurious.
Yep.
So we don't really need to talk to this old man again. We can just let him be senile, right?
I mean he hasn't really been that much help anyway. So yeah,
Yeah. Okay, I agree with Fisker and Zen. Let's just get Edmund out of here.
besides, oh yeah, since our bodies were just laying there for forever, do we get a long rest?
Yeah, I want to check and see if I was raped or groped in any
Did we
way.
piss ourselves?
No,
I
Like,
guess we
and
basically fell
Zen-
asleep for a second, right?
When you start to come through, you were grievously wounded. When you actually awaken, and one person make a perception check.
Yo, I'll do that.
Anybody got better than a 6?
Perception.
Besides Zen, I mean, sorry.
Okay.
Who was grievously wounded? Zen?
I was. Remember, I got like a chunk bitten out of my chest.
Oh yeah.
And I got
fuck.
ragdolled around, and
We would have
You
had to
pretty
ask him
much
to leave the
died.
group if they had have like deformed his biceps in any way.
Yeah, he
leave
has
my
to be
first-
symmetrical.
yeah, somebody take a bite out of my other side.
Oh my god.
Fisker
Somebody do
made
that
one,
perception?
9.
Oh.
9. So you're you yeah, fuck it. I shouldn't have made you make a check. Anyway, you Zen kind of as Davos did a few seconds ago, he kind of awakes from sleep, but as he does, his body opens up and blood begins to pour out of him. He is grievously wounded, and it
Oh.
seems to have
Fuck.
apparated in his body as his consciousness retook it.
The fuck is going on here?
Wait, so his wound came into real life, basically.
Yes. And Davos, you had a little bit of a wound, so I don't remember what you took it from, but whatever it was, like the bruise is like, oh yeah, I guess my side is really sore, kind of thing.
Well, I'm gonna take my hands and slam them on the old man's desk and be like, "Wake the fuck up!"
Yeah.
Davos, it's all for naught. Trust me. He's awake. He's just. Well, you can see.
We need healing. We need healing, old man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, maybe actually Davos.
Healing exams are at June 54th, next Tuesday. And he stands up and he goes and has a corner whiz.
Davos,
you're
just take a
fucking
look
useless.
around. Take a look around, Davos. He's not going to stop you.
Okay, what has he got? What's in this room? Is there a medicine cabinet? Is there a healing fucking poultice location?
I'll
There's
help
not much in this
Davos.
room. It is a ritualistic room. There's a small desk on the side. A quick rifle through shows nothing. There's a casting
there any
circle in the
cloth?
center of the room.
We're in a university. There's gotta be like a nurse's office.
I'm going to investigate for potions. Like, take as much
in this room or
Uh,
out
and-
this room.
in a radial pattern, starting in this room and going out until I run into someone who would give a shit if I stole one.
Okay, so this room, there's not much. You leave the room and there's a group of students that are like, as soon as you open the door, they're like, oh, and they pretend like they're doing other stuff.
Yeah, I immediately
but
say,
you can tell they were listening in.
class dismissed. Immediately say class dismissed. No, I'm just kidding. Is there a teacher there?
Doesn't appear to be like grad students, like older students.
Class dismissed.
Why don't you ask one of them if they can heal?
Yeah, where's the nurse?
Medic. And class dismissed.
Med?
Excuse me, my fine scholarly gentleman. And Fisker draws himself up to his full 4'8", including boots. Would you happen to have a healer in the room that may be willing to practice on my friend here?
What happened in there? So it's this. You'd see it's this. The person you talk to is this gnome with the dark hair and kind of a big nose, and he looks a little bit younger than the rest of them, but kind of like a smartness behind his eyes.
What's the professor's name? The old man.
What was it? It was something stupid.
It was,
Okay,
it
well,
was
Professor
fuck,
something
well,
stupid. Professor something
Knuckle
stupid.
Or, it was Stomper, something.
Knob
Knob
Stomper.
Yeah.
Knob Stomper, nicely done.
Magical knob stomper. Yeah, yeah, that's what it was.
Okay. He gives the gnome a look of recognition, and he's like, "Well, Professor Knobstomper just tried a spell on my friend in there to help him recapitulate, and I mean, it technically worked, but he's bleeding out in there. He needs help. Does anyone have a potion or healing
Immediately.
spell?"
Immediately, they all jump into action. Like, I'll go get the doctor, and he's like, I'll get Professor Ella. What did I name her? Professor Ella May. And they rush off. The majority of the students rush the room inside, and their attention is split between like giving really shitty first aid to Zen and like taking the professor to his room after he pissed in the corner.
Fisker's gonna start waving his arms around and making shushing noises like, quiet, quiet, quiet. His mind is fragile. His mind is quite fragile. Please use discretion. When he starts
Zen,
making, lowering gestures with his hands.
You come to and you're like, oh, what the fuck? And then you're you can feel your side is still ripped up, and into the room rushes a pile of people that you don't know, and it's a little bit chaos. kind of like waking up at an accident scene when you're the victim, if you could imagine.
Yeah.
The front of that vehicle tasted like blueberries.
Yeah.
Do you want to do anything or just hang?
You know what? I'm pretty beat up here. And I think I'm just gonna hang. I might
This has got to be the way he dies. By just
Mhm.
having bad first aid performed on him from terrible first year students, even though
gonna-
he was actually okay.
Well,
Can
he
I
is
use healing-
technically stable.
Can I use healing word on myself?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna upcast the hell out of that. Oops. Let's go. Healing word. Where is that? Right there. Do. Let's upcast that. 11. I'm gonna help them do shitty first aid on me.
302 health.
Nope.
Wound.
30. There we go.
You immediately start to feel
Really
better.
just die. Oh, I also need to level up, but we can do that later. I'm not too concerned.
Yep. Whenever you want, you can go through it and start doing it as we're playing.
Okay.
But so they're doing it like they're like arguing. So like no, you're putting too much pressure. No, it's not enough. He's bleeding, and then they're like, oh, like they could the kind of the accelerated healing from the spell starts to take effect, and the wound begins to kind of close over a lot quicker. Let's jump to No, we did Davos already.
Honky, you back yet?
What's that? Yeah, Honky.
Is that Honky, you back yet? He is not.
All right. So they're doing that. Their students off, fetching some other professor. What is Davos and Fisker doing?
Fisker's just trying to calm the general vibe of the room. Just thinking of Edmund because it's got a lot of frantic students in it. He's trying to usher some of the stupider looking ones back through the door and just keep everyone's voices down. He's doing a lot of shushing.
A lot of shushing, a lot of librarian.
Easy. Please, watch the halfling. He's just been through a terrible trauma. Please, you're gonna slip on the blood. Oh no, stop over here. He's walking around kind of, you know.
Okay. Davos? No Davos.
No Davos. I
No
think.
Frog.
Okay.
Fucking
All right.
frog. Somebody
Davos?
send that fucking cocksucker a text. My phone's dead.
I'm gonna be okay. He's probably dealing with this kid.
I
He's
think
probably
so.
changing a diaper or something.
Yeah.
We'll just give him ample opportunity when he makes it back.
Right on.
All right. You do notice Fisker kind of hanging out in the corner of the room, trying to look small and unintimidating. The gift that you had met in the other realm.
Oh. Okay. Fisker didn't have too many interactions with him, but
Her.
you.
She's trying to kind of like sneak out, it looks like, to get away from all the people.
I see.
Oh, she's here too?
Yep.
Does that mean her body was in the room?
Well, no, it was not.
What the
Her
fuck?
body was not in the room.
Fisker's just gonna walk straight up to her. My lady, how did you find yourself here? You did not enter the spirit quest with us.
So she kneels down and kind of goes to take your hand. And she doesn't speak with her mouth, but you hear a voice in your head. Thank you very much. They were awful people, and they wanted to do awful things to me. You've helped me escape them.
How did you find yourself in this cursed realm with my friend Edmund here?
That's where I live, or live.
I'm gonna call my extensive knowledge of the arcane into employ here, and because I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. How can she live
Okay.
in that room?
Make an Arcana or religion check, and it'll give you different knowledge depending on which one you make. So the spell seemed to be a spell kind of like planes, like you move to a different plane, which you don't know much about. Just that it's rumored and that people can move either their bodies and or their minds to different planes of existence. And it seems like that was the spell that the old man cast, that Knobstopper cast,
So we were just
or something akin to it.
So we were simply just on another plane. I thought we were in somebody's fantasy. Or Fisker thought we were in somebody's memory or something.
Yeah, I thought we were in his brain.
Can I tell? Do
So-
I know which plane we were on? I'm pretty learned in
Are
that.
you thinking this out loud to her, like allowing her to read your thoughts, perhaps?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, those. It's passively like how did this conversation start? She said, "I live in this plane." And what pops into Fisker's head, and he doesn't really try to. It doesn't occur to him that she's probably reading his mind, or he's not bothered by it. Is
Right.
that he did not realize that we were in a actual plane of existence. He thought we were in some sort of more self-contained memory or echo of some other event, and so he has just learned this. And slowly, it's starting to explain the answer to the question: "How did you live there?"
So
Other
she
questions
points at your forehead and then points at your chest, and she goes, "Mind and body can be separated, but they're always connected." You hear in your head. But
Oh, of
my
course.
physical presence was there. Your minds were there. But like your friend, there's a hard link, and she gestures towards Zen.
And where was your physical presence? Where was your physical body
There,
before we entered the thing?
it was there. That's where I live.
Oh, that was where her physical body was. I see.
I
Well-
followed you out. You were my out.
Well, I see. I'm glad we could be of service. And what will you do now?
So she kind of puts her hand on her stomach and she says, "I'm going to have the baby the monster put in me."
Jesus Christ. Hey,
Not
can we get
not an
finical?
actual. She kind of detects your panic. She's like, "No, not an actual monster. It's another one like me, but he took what he wasn't freely given. That's
Boy.
why they were after me."
He was gonna say, fucking guys, we gotta find Finnick. He's the only one who can deal with this shit. She's gonna fucking birth a demon baby or something into the mortal realm. That's like, oh,
Yeah.
Christ, get the fucking cleric.
She
Get
just
the fucking cleric.
she just puts her legs up and it's sax man that comes out of her vagina.
Oh, God, I'm gonna try and roleplay through this hash tote.
So she takes your hand and kind of holds it if you allow it, and she presses something into it.
What does it feel like?
Like a rock.
I'll turn it thrice in hand.
It
Really? No.
So-
Okay, I'll just look at it.
No. it looks, it's like a small about an inch and a half, and it's almost perfectly spherical, but not quite. And on the top there's a rune.
A rune, you say?
A rune. And she holds your thumb on it and kind of rubs the thumb down, and you feel like a warm sensation.
Well, I'm
And she
about
goes,
Sorry. Yes, she goes, what?
I'm going to get away from this spot. They can chase me. I don't believe you or your friends are in
I am
danger.
here, but I'm not.
But
Hmm.
if you need to contact me, you can do it with this. But I think I should make a quick exit. And she gives you a smile.
All right. He'll just give a tip of the hat and check out the rock with the rune on it. Does he recognize the shape or anything?
Yeah, you can make an Arcana check on that.
Oh, I'm gonna rune this fucking one, because I get a double proficiency bonus.
Yeah, it's like a sending stone, so you can use it to communicate with its mate, which presumably she has.
Cool. He'll just discreetly pocket it and tell the group later.
Okay. She's like, where's the exit?
And he'll do that thing where you gesture with your finger, but right at hip level so no one sees it.
She gives a nod and a quick squeeze of your hand and walks out. And she like almost bumps into this high elf looking kind of. You've seen her when you were walking in here. She was giving a lesson. You kind of poked your head into the class.
Oh, the hot celestial bitch.
Yeah, the hot celestial bitch.
Right on. All right.
And she comes in and she takes total authority of the room. She's like, what's happened here? Was he casting spells? He knows he shouldn't at his age.
Wizard?
And she immediately walks over to Zen and kind of checks out the wound and casts a cure wounds into him.
All right.
Nice.
What's cure wounds again? I don't have the spell pulled up.
That's 1d8 plus casting modifier per level of spell slot.
So that'll be 18 heals to you.
Hell yeah. Yo, I'm basically fucking back to good as new, almost.
She's checking it out, and the healing spells, they reinvigorate you. They give you, they numb the pain, they make you feel better, and the wound begins to heal faster. But it's not like all better. You know what I mean? Like there's still a kind of a, it's starting to scab over rapidly. You're not bleeding anymore. You can feel your bones begin to mend. And she goes, "Where's he at? At his age?" She's like, she looks around and kind of just takes in the scene. Shakes her head. And she's like, "Students out." And she just takes a little dab of your blood and draws something on your side and then leaves the class. She's like, "I think you should leave this campus as well." And that's the end of it. You're left alone in the room.
Students out of bed.
Students in the corridor.
There you go. It's supposed to be, you bloody idiot. Okay. I think Fisker's hogged enough of the limelight. Oh.
Can Scrog talk? We'll jump back to Zen then.
Okay.
So you're feeling a lot more chipper.
Okay, but she just drew some sort of weird symbol on me in my own blood?
Yep.
What's that about? Can I, do anything? Can I look at that? That sounds kind of weird.
Look at it. And make a knowledge history check when you do look at it.
History. All right. Skills. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not bad at history. I am when I roll a 3.
You don't recognize the symbol.
Okay. So, player knowledge question.
Yep.
not character knowledge question. Have any of us realized that Finnick's not here?
Yeah.
Like do our characters because I feel like in that case our characters would have fucking freaked out that we've lost one of our people.
It's never really come up.
Up until
Yeah,
now,
so
Zen bleeding out was more important.
I
And
guess when I come back and all of a sudden I'm just like a Vegas fountain of blood.
it's a very chaotic situation. You could be the one to notice and say,
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking notice. Yeah.
So the last thing you clock when she's doing that, you're like, "Holy fuck!" Okay, and then you do see and it is chaotic. You see Fisker talking to the girl briefly, and you're like, "Is that no?" And then she's gone, and the lady comes in and heals you, and then you're
gonna ask Edmund actually if he can think of any reason why the people that took him would want would want Finnick instead.
so.
Because I assume something stopped Finnick from coming back. So something on that side wants something to do with Finnick.
Edmund does look panicked whenever you say that. And he begins looking around the room. And he runs over to the desk again and scrawls. And he goes, where is he? Question mark.
He was with us up until we crossed back over into this realm. It took me until just now to realize that he's not here. Can you think of anything in that realm that might have wanted to keep him there?
So he goes back and scrawls again. And he goes, I don't know. It just watched. It's also kind of a blur.
Oh, but Finnick's body would still be here.
It is not.
But his body's not even here.
Nope.
And we also lost the baby. Is that correct?
That is also correct. Yes.
Fuck, I don't know what we should do, guys. Like, we don't have enough residuum or a sane enough person to go back. And also, based off of that last experience, I am in no rush to go back.
If Finnick was alive, he would be able to come back here just like we did. I think the monster got him.
You know what? Finnick tried to sacrifice himself like 9 times. I feel like he's at peace now. He finally did it. And then we venture on happily ever after without Finnick.
With that, there's a loud noise, like something hitting the roof, and the dust shakes off the roof boards. And then you glance to the window, and you see a body fall past the window.
Let's do like a comic, like Zen and Fisker like look out the window, then look at each other, then look back at the window, then both bolt to the door and get stuck in the door from running out of it at the same time.
There's like random 70s sitcom freeze frames with captions.
Does it fall slow enough that I could be that look dwarf sized?
Do a perception check, but it was pretty out of the corner of your eye, so.
Okay.
It's a high DC.
Okay.
Dwarf size.
Probably okay.
No idea.
Well, can I? I'm gonna panic and I'm going to cast Featherfall on whatever is falling. Okay.
Yeah, it's out of your. It whatever it was hit the ground already.
Oof. Okay. Well, then I'm not gonna do that. Then instead, I think I'm gonna enjoy the comedic look at the window, look at Fisker, look at the window, look back at Fisker, and then crash into the door and we can't seem to fit through. And then I think we need to run outside and see what that was. That seems important.
Yeah.
I'm so
Well-
glad that instead of me dying, now we've got somebody else dying instead.
All right, so is Scrog or Davos here? Nope. Okay, so they're gonna follow you wordlessly.
Scrog is here, but I'm not at my computer.
Computer? That's okay.
Yeah.
You can use your words if you want. Is there anything you want to do before you leave the room, Scrog?
I'm not gonna lie, I was AFK. I literally just came back, so I'm not sure what's going on.
We're pretty sure.
I'm going to go with the consensus of whatever everybody else is doing because that's what Scrog would probably do anyway. Scrog's still awestruck because he came out of some weird plane of existence.
They couldn't find Finnick, and they're like, well, where is he? We got to go find him. And then they heard a loud noise on the roof, like something striking it, and dust fell off the rafters. And then they saw a body fly by the window.
And the Gith took off after having a short conversation with...
Yeah, that's true. The Gith was there, the Gith princess, and talked to Fisker briefly, and then took off.
That was the cowardly lady that was fighting the Bayaguna with us, right?
Yeah.
Well, she was hanging out while we fought Bayaguna. She did fucking nothing.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, she was there. She was in the initiative, but didn't do anything.
Yeah. All right, but now we're fucking booking it outside to see what the fucking body was.
All right, so you all scramble out. You get outside, and there's like a rustling in a bush.
I'm gonna go search that bush.
I'm gonna ready a javelin to attack anything if it attacks Zen.
You go start pulling through the bush, and there you find a nearly naked dwarf without any armor, with tattered clothes. His beard is much longer than you remember it. His shorts are tattered. He doesn't carry any of the equipment he once had. He's got bruises and battered, and his beard's a little more gray, and he's a little bit bloody. And he goes, "Oh, I made it back."
This is fucking Jumanji or some shit.
Is this Fisker I'm looking at? That's the bigger question.
Finnick.
This is Finnick.
Or Finnick? Is it Finnick?
Yep, it's Finnick.
Alright.
Yo,
Finnick, you look
He grabs
you
your
just have,
hand.
like,
He puts out his hand for you to help him up, Zen.
Yeah. I help him up, and does he appear wounded or just like equipmentless and old?
Equipmentless and like battered, but not like grievously wounded or anything. Like battered in the sense that the dwarf fell on the roof.
Gotcha. Well, we'll run through some cognitive bullshit. Like, I'm going to ask him if he knows who I am, if he knows where he is. I recognize this as Finnick, though.
Yes.
Okay.
Here you go. Yes, Zen. I was away for a long time. Sadly, the baby didn't make it. I tried my best.
Did you save the tattoo?
Just ask him if he's
shakes
skinned a
his head.
baby. Like, did
Oh,
Scrog just ask-
babysitting.
Scrog's just like, did you skin the baby? Okay.
I don't think Zen was there when we found the baby, but like Scrog was willing to sell this to another set of orcs because they like to eat babies.
Okay.
So
I was away for a long time.
I mean,
It's good to see all your faces.
it
was like 15
we've been
minutes,
back,
man.
we've been back like for 35 seconds. Like you showed up literally a minute later than we did. Like, how long has it been?
Oh, 35 years?
Yeah, it's Jumanji. All right. Fisker's gonna go like, what? Oh, you're
Sure.
looking pretty good for 35. Oh wait, you're a dwarf.
All right. Do you need Scrog for anything for the next like 6 minutes?
Go ahead.
Okay, Scrog's going. Scrog will be back.
Well, Finnick, what happened to you when we went up the rope?
I don't really remember. I was trapped there.
By who? Or what?
I was just stuck. My mind's a little fuzzy.
Well,
What happened next?
let's get you on the mend, buddy.
Yeah.
We got to get you to the hotel along with Zen, I guess. Well, actually, Zen's fine now, but yeah, along with Edmund too. Edmund's all fucked up.
Yeah. We saved our friend from a different dimension, and you won't believe what happened next.
Grog, Zen, Davos, let's get these fucking guys laid up. Let's go. Hotel's not far.
All right, so
Yeah.
you begin walking towards the hotel. On the
I
way
vote we
there,
take the rail cart.
yeah, on the way there, this gnomish lady approaches, and Fisker, you recognize her, and she goes, "Yeah."
Jesus Christ.
That's probably your wife.
I don't want no fucking Curb Your Enthusiasm wife.
you, you're back.
Oh,
It's not your wife, by the way.
okay.
Probably your daughter.
You know, Leonard said you were dead.
Oh, Leonard. What does he know?
Or-
He's always got his
So-
mouth around a bottle anyway.
Well, I never.
Oh, I kid with love. I kid with love. Charlene.
Did you say Charlene?
Yeah.
That's your daughter's name.
Is it? Oh yeah, it
Yep.
is. That's fucking hilarious because that Charlene comes from a different place, and this time I was thinking of Caddyshack. It's just a coincidence. Fuck. Let's go with it. It was a joke anyway. It's probably not her name.
Well, you know, Matilda's been wondering. She must have been awfully happy when you saw her.
Matilda. I didn't see Matilda.
Matilda's your wife.
Matilda.
You haven't seen her yet.
They said Matilda. I haven't seen her. No, they've been embroiled in some. Well, I mean, look. Gesture toward the frazzled
Haggard
looking
party.
dwarf.
Well, my husband may be a drunk, but he definitely comes home to see me every night. And she sticks up her nose and begins to walk in the other direction. I tell you, he gets weirder and weirder every time he comes, she says to the lady next door.
I'm gonna like do a leg lifting fart in her direction as she turns around. Just you know how you if you use momentum you can get your foot real high up in the air, but you got to use momentum to overextend, just like that, like just so much that his other foot almost comes off the ground. Just whip and just like squeak a little gnome fart.
He was always a strange one in high school.
Oh God!
Yes, the Rudnick for the games. Oh, I know. And they continue to call as they walk away.
This is why I live on the road. You just hear Fisker grumbling, random mutterings under his breath.
All right, carry on.
Let's go.
So you
Forget this
you get back to the hotel. and you walk in, and the front deskman it alights, and he's like, "Oh, you found your friend."
Yes, we found our friend. Could we get some pillows and some strong drink?
Are you sure he didn't have enough strong drink?
Don't
Was
care
he
for the
really
insinuation.
kidnapped?
He
Don't
most definitely was.
for the insinuation.
All right, make a persuasion check. One of the two of you.
Yo, that's me.
Zen, yeah,
That's 100% me.
it is always.
Persuasion is one of the ones with the bonus, so regardless of what that says, that's a 21. Because my level 3 bard thing is on a persuasion. If it's lower than a 10, it's treated as a 10.
Gotcha. 21.
So 21.
So his face kind of screws up, and he's apologies. It's been a rough night. I'll see you
You
to your
had a
rooms
rough
and
night.
get you your pillows. Oh, we're understaffed, and it's busy out here. And it's starting to get there's people starting to pour in this evening. It's a happening spot. But
Okay.
it's like, yes, we'll get you the pillows. Sorry, please don't sue.
Thank you. That's very kind.
So you go up to the room. You had two different rooms. You go up to the room. The door's been kind of like haphazardly patched, or like there's a new lock put on there because the old one was punched out. There's a new like slide lock that's been put like roughly put on there just for now.
Did they fix the window?
The window wasn't broke actually.
I
They
thought
just
that's where
punched out the lock.
I thought that's where
No,
the
they
guy
punched.
came from.
He
Oh.
punched out the lock. It looked like he tried to pick it and failed, and then punched it out.
Okay. Well,
Oh
Edmund,
shit!
yes.
Didn't Finnick, when we left him in the astral plane or whatever, have that artifact thing?
No, he threw it. Sorry, it was a little chaotic. He threw it into the sea when Edmund told him to, and it transformed into a landmass.
Oh, okay. I was like, Zen doesn't really know what the artifact does. Zen just knows that you guys have it. But I'm like, shit, did we fucking lose that and just hand it over to those other people? But okay. Nap time. Fucking long rest if I've ever had one.
Yeah, I think maybe one of us should stay with Edmund. Maybe I'll volunteer, and we should all just have a good recharge.
Yeah.
Right.
How do I take spells off of my list? When I level up, I'm allowed to swap out a spell, and I want to get rid of one of them and replace it with something different. But
I'm not sure.
You can
never done
manually remove and add spells on your character sheet itself.
There's a spells tab. Like if you go down to the spells on the right hand side, there you can find your spell and drag it in.
Yeah, I deleted one. Okay, so now I need to go add a different one. But
So Zen flops down on the bed. Finnick, I need a good rest, boys. I need a good rest. And he goes and flops down on the bed as well.
My name is Mr. Crispy.
And what is the only other person who's here doing? Fisker. So Edmund just kind of sits down in a chair and takes a drink of whiskey and sips at it.
Fisker's just gonna sit across from Edmund if it's on the floor or whatever. If there's a chair, he'll pull up a chair and he's just
there's stuff. It's a very, very nice room. There's a large 6-person table.
Oh, all right. Yeah, he's gonna just sit next to Edmund and just quietly keep him company.
Does he say anything, or Edmund gives you a recognizing nod, and just kind of sips the whiskey and looks off into space.
Yep, no, Fisker's just gonna let the silence. You know, just if Edmund wants to talk, he can, and if he doesn't want to, that's okay too.
So after a couple hours, everybody's snoring. Edmund gets up. And he's had maybe 2 whiskeys now. Like he wasn't saying much before, but you can tell he's conscious now, right? Like he's acting relatively normal, if a little shaken up. And he grabs a piece of paper and dabs a quill, and he writes 3 words and slides it over to you.
All right, what does it say?
It says, or 4 words. We have to stop this.
So 5 words.
Yes, 5 words.
We have to stop this. Fisker will take out a quill, and under the word "this," he will just write a question mark, and then hand it back.
Edmund holds his hand up to his face, and does like the Zoidberg with his fingers.
Okay. Well, how do we stop this, Edmund?
He takes a new sheet and he starts writing furiously, and it's like he said, "Well, when we threw the stone, I learned the stone could not be destroyed. When we threw it into the astral sea, we removed it from this plane. Maybe we can do that with the rest."
Maybe.
And he takes it back, and he's like, "I'm not exactly sure how this works."
How many are there?
You're asleep.
Okay.
Well, Edmund, you've given me a lot to think about. Are you gonna be okay?
I think so, he writes. I hope my voice comes back.
Yeah, that'd be nice. All right, buddy, have a good sleep. And Fester's just gonna back out of the room, go to his own room.
So you enter your own room. There is, we'll say Davos and Scrog are both asleep on the 2 beds in there.
All right, I'm gonna go to wherever my bed is and take my rest.
There's a nice, lounge or
Good enough.
that you could sleep in. All right. So everybody gets a long rest. I have to give those out, don't I?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait. What does it say? I cast Phasm. Oh. I'm not wounded anymore. I have spell slots. Ugh. Amazing.
All right. You all awaken to a late afternoon
Oh, Davos needs
sky.
one. I guess Davos isn't in here. Never mind. Just make a note when he signs in, if he signs in, that he needs one.
Yeah. You all wake up to a late afternoon sky. Apparently, you've slept through most of the day.
Wait, Zen is gonna probably question Finnick a little bit more about the 35 years he spent in the astral plane or wherever he was, to try and figure out if he's got any more knowledge that might help us, and what kept him there, and if he's got any idea of who might be pulling strings behind all of this.
Oh, my mind is really hazy. I imagine it's Cthulhu.
Well, I guess ask a stupid question, get a stupid answer. All right.
That's what everything's about, right? Cthulhu.
But like, did you happen to get any more information on why Cthulhu's doing this, or what the goal is?
And he shakes his head. So, I was just trying to survive in there.
Fair enough. Well, I feel like you've done well, and now's a good chance to take it easy, rest and recuperate. I don't think we have anything pressing on the agenda right now, so now might be a good time to just kind of roam around the city. And I guess Fisker, if you want to finally go visit your wife, now seems like a good time.
I
But that
really
doesn't-
need to get back there before some other bad actor starts making noise. That bitch yesterday, did you happen to see her? My God, I wish I could have sicked you on her, Zen, that self-righteous cunt.
Took it to heart.
Yeah.
I'm just changing out my laundry, but what's the plan, y'all?
Let's go and see Finnick, see what the fuck he's on about.
Well, that's the thing. I just asked Finnick what the hell happened.
Oh, yes, Finnick?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, I thought you were talking to fucking Edmund. Whoops. All right.
No.
Well, let's wait to see what Finnick says.
Well, Finnick didn't really know too much.
Oh, that's right. He answered you, and I was thinking the whole time it was fucking Edmund. God damn it.
So Finnick was just trying to survive, so doesn't really have too much information on what Cthulhu's doing over there.
Yeah. Let's
Edmund wants us to destroy a bunch of artifacts by throwing them into different planes of existence, which seems harder to do.
I think we really need to get Finnick and Edmund in the same room for a few minutes here and hash this out.
And then,
All right.
yeah, because other than that, like, I mean, our goal was coming here to save Edmund, and I guess technically we did that. We should also try and get Finnick some stuff.
Yeah.
Like some armor and maybe a holy symbol and a hammer or whatever it was that he used.
Oh, his face lights up, and he goes, "Yep, let's go right away." My coin purse is missing, though.
Yeah. Well, I pat Scrog on the back and be like, our big friend here is always willing to pay for stuff.
I'm just gonna give him a big toothy grin. I'll buy you things, little man.
Like a CC crocodile, Mr. Grinch.
And
right.
yeah, we can question Edmund and Finnick a little more while we go out and buy supplies for our naked dwarf.
All right, so you can get him. I don't want to role play it all out, but you kind of just outfit him with basic gear.
Yeah. I mean, we probably whatever. Like, yeah, the best that we can like afford without bankrupting ourselves. Like, we want him to be well enough equipped, but like, there's no way.
Scrog's going to drop 10k on armor and wares for Finnick.
Okay, so you spend it.
If you want to get into my inventory and remove $10,000 worth of precious gemstones from there, we'll go from there.
It's kind of like late afternoon. You are able to like find one person and get him a new set of plate mail armor, which would be 1,000, and then he gets a large warhammer and a shield, and that's kind of basic equipment for him.
I love you guys.
All in It's like 1,150 gold.
I'm gonna give him 1,200 to keep the shield and scribe Morden's hammer on it, and we'll be back to pick it up in the morning.
Yes, sir. All right. So now it's getting kind of later evening. Not later evening, like middle evening.
Yeah.
Like after dinner.
What else do we have to do here in Tectuine?
Bring me
Other than visit.
home.
Well, you are home. Go visit your wife.
I will. As soon as I can do it without like disrupting the session.
Now
So,
seems like
you
a
guys
good
probably wanna hear
time as any.
Yeah. Now seems like some time to go get some gnome smash.
All right, guys. Well, tell you what. I think you need to get Edmund, Finnick in the same room and see if what they're saying. We got to come up with a plan here if we're going to take Edmund seriously at all. But for now, I'm going to go back home for a few days. You guys going to be here and I come back?
I'll be
I
here
would-
waiting for you.
I would imagine so. We've got nothing else to do, and
Cool. Well,
there's
I
a
have
lot of exciting
am.
stuff to see in this city. So while we figure out a plan, we might as well take a couple of days to restock and look around. And
I'll be back before your tenure at the inn expires.
Scrog's RP for the next few days is super easy. Scrog is actively looking for cocaine, that mystery elf wine, and I'm fishing.
what about that other orc guy who was super sus?
The captain?
No, like that orc guy that was like decked out in a bunch of weapons, and then we got off the boat together, and we were like, "Yo, what's
Yeah,
up
the
with all those
captain.
weapons?" Yo, he was
Yeah,
the captain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember him being the captain because like he got off the
Yeah.
boat and then booked it.
He wasn't the
why I
captain of
booked it.
that boat. He was a captain of a different boat.
Yeah, he
Like
was
a
an orc captain.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just remember us being like, "Hey, what's your deal?" And he was like, "Fuck you," and then he ran off. But
He thought Fisker was the help. I remember that.
yeah, he did. He was really
I remember
racist.
he was very uneasy at seeing a full orc instead of half orcs.
Yeah, what are we supposed to be doing right now? I guess Finnick
I'm
doesn't
looking
have
for the
any-
local drug dealer.
Maybe everybody should go with Finnick to see his family.
You mean Fisker?
Fisker. Because maybe that's what the DM wrote. And I don't have much. I don't have. Yeah.
Fisker runs off to see his family. You guys wander the town and randomly end up at Fisker's family's house.
Don't want to railroad it or anything, but
Everybody's walking behind Scrog as he frantically runs to each door knocking to ask for cocaine. And he knocks on the door, and there's Fisker.
And you're like, "Hey, Fisker, do you have any cocaine?"
Any cocaine?
maybe it's not necessarily safe considering that whenever you fought the people who had kidnapped Edmund, they were gnomes who inhabit this city.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. I forgot about those cocksuckers.
And they knew Fisker.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, so, all right. So, I'm going to follow Fisker to his house. If
you
that's
guys wanna
what
come
Fisker
over for
wants us
dinner?
to do.
Can we
Maybe
make
I
this
can,
feel less like I crowbarred it?
Fisker, I would love to meet your children.
Eat your children or meet
I
your
would love to
children?
eat your children.
Yeah, be very specific on what you're saying.
I'll give a big toothy grin in Phoenix's direction. Shut up, bitch. I just bought you armor.
I would love to
Okay.
meet your children, and depending on how they act, and
How
look,
old are they?
I might eat them.
Yeah.
Well, you can't
What
all
level
Are
fit
they
in the
right?
house
Are
at
they
once,
still
but
at?
you can't all fit in the house at once. But I'm sure we can have a cookout.
Scrog
Sure.
probably
Come
can't
along.
even fit in your house.
Oh, you could fit inside. You just have to crouch. Plumbert can fit
Oh.
inside, and he slaps Plumbert, who is between.
Oh
his knees.
yeah, Plumber. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
they,
he's
they were in
back.
the room. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so Fisker leads you kind of far afield from the main. Like Tatooine's a pretty big and bustling city, and there's always shit going on. And Fisker leads you kind of out of the city a little bit into the heavily forested jungle area.
Mm-hmm.
And wandering, it's not. There's still houses here, right?
Yeah.
It's like you're out in the sticks, right? Like you'll pass by a house and then walk down the road for 5 to 10 minutes, and then you'll see another house kind of nestled in the woods.
Remembering that some of these gnomes that live here are not on our side, I want to keep an eye out for somebody following us.
All right, make a perception check.
Perception. Nice.
Yeah. You get a glimpse of something moving through the trees.
Okay. I'm gonna actually keep that information to myself just for
Okay.
now. But yeah,
Like not like in the trees, like not up in
Yeah.
the branches, but like
Yeah,
trying to
but
keep
like-
hidden kind of thing. Like actively trying to hide.
Okay.
And it's a gnomish figure.
okay. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that to myself for now.
So you can
Fisker,
go ahead.
how many children do you have?
I have 2 moderately well-behaved youngsters.
Okay. Okay, good. Good to know.
I hope they have picked up their toys.
Okay, yeah, I'm good to venture onto.
I would like to take some time. You said there's 5 minutes in between houses.
Yep.
I'm gonna take some of that time to attune to be able to speak to animals.
Like cast a spell?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so Scrog in the middle of the walk and starts doing his like Haya dance, in worship to nature. And now you can speak to animal. So
I'm gonna ask
we'll say
Wild
the spell
Bunny Rabbit if it knows where there's cocaine.
yeah. In order to get some blow, man.
Listen. Listen.
Yo, what's going on YouTube today? Listen.
hey, is it snowing in Tatooine?
I'm hoping.
No, is it snowing in Tatooine? No, never mind.
I'm hoping to go
Never
skiing.
mind.
Is it snowing there?
Yeah. So we'll say you finish it, so you get the full effect upon approaching. Fisker's abode.
Oh wow.
Ah, that's
Well,
some
that's fair.
Studio Ghibli ass bullshit, and I
I was
love
gonna say, if I
Okay,
have ever
right from
seen
the
something
fucking
out of
movie.
the
Yeah, let's just take it right from the movie. At least you listened to me. Although it was meant to be the miniature house inside the big house, but that's because that's the one that has like a mushroom for a table or whatever. This is the big house, but that's no, it's still good enough. It's good enough.
Yeah, I like it. It's good.
It's great. Yeah, great way to infringe copyright. It's was absolutely worth it. But just so we are very clear, Fisker does not own a cat.
It's the neighbor's cat hunting mice in your yard.
That's exactly what it is.
Plumbart chases it away.
Clump, clump.
Right.
Wild hog. Wild mechanical hog. Alright.
I guess the house is big enough for them all to fit in. That wasn't part of the plan. Oh,
No,
God.
this is just what it looks like. It's just smaller than that. This
Yeah.
is
It's a
This
big
is
cat.
actually
It's
this
a
is the
reverse TARDIS.
This is the painting. This is the painting on the front door of the house, which is
Yeah.
actually in the wall of the cave. All right.
Hey,
Oh.
I've been sitting on that for like 5 fucking months.
Really?
Well,
So
whatever you told me.
despite appearances, you find that the house is more gnome proportioned than you were prepared for. So everyone other than, well, actually, we're all a short kind of bunch, aren't we? The door is about like 5.5 feet off the ground.
Scrog is fucking
Around March 30th was when I wrote this.
Woof.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Den's too tall for that too.
All right, well, let's all not hit our heads on the doorway. And you know what? Let's all wait in the yard while I check to see if my wife is home.
Okay.
If I fly out of the window against my will, you guys probably can't come in because she's mad at me for being gone for how long have we been gone?
Okay, so you've been gone about a month to 2 months longer than what you had planned. And usually, I think Fisker be the kind of guy who's usually pretty on point with it. Maybe a couple days late, comes back complaining about it, but calculates in for broken wheels on the trade carts and stuff like that, and is pretty accurate with his assessment. So it's late for Fisker, but for like a regular trade caravan-y kind of guy, it's not like insanely late or anything like that.
All right. So Fisker's gonna go up to. He's gonna walk up to a fire pit in the front yard. He's gonna open a little box next to the fire pit and pull out one of several objects in the fire. The box. Throw it into the fire pit, and then you see that it goes boom when the fire lights. And then he's like, "Make yourselves at home. Make yourselves at home." Hopefully, the screaming isn't too loud, or coming from my wife.
Is there a bunch of little like gnomish sheets by the fireplace that Scrog has to try and fit on cartoonishly?
So
He's just sitting on a little tiny
I
chair.
already had this figured out, actually.
1 foot in each chair.
I was,
Yeah,
I was going to find the table that would be near the campfire also and just make that my chair.
It's fallen logs.
Oh.
So they're just like tree branches.
Sure.
Right, there's like sticks laying around there for you little halflings to sit on.
It's a log, bough, branch, or twig, depending on the size that your character needs to sit on.
Down in the valley-o?
Yeah.
All right, so you walk up to the door, and what do you do?
I'm gonna knock. He knocks on the thatch, and then he just opens the door and walks in. And he's like,
Matilda.
The rest of the party doesn't hear it.
Yeah. I'm so excited to see Fisker come flying through a window.
There are no responses within the house. It is empty.
Jeez. Fisker's gonna rack his brain to find out whether his kids have bocce ball practice this weekend.
How about you roll me a nothing check and be like, oh, that's right. The zucchinis are coming ripe. She's probably back in the gardens. Anybody still there?
Yeah.
She planted aubergines. They're in season now.
Aubergine season, my favorite.
All right. So what did you say? She's back in the gardens?
Yeah, the zucchinis are probably ripe. She might be back in the gardens.
The zucchinis are probably ripe. She might be back in the gardens. The aubergines are probably ripe.
I don't know what an aubergine is.
It's an eggplant.
Oh,
It's just another. Yeah, it's like a fucking bullshit name for eggplant.
no shit. All right, carry on. I learned something today. It's a good day.
Open the banana leaf looking thatch door to the backyard. Survey the garden. He will reach to his right and straighten the wooden sign that says "Keep off the dirigible plums."
Yeah. So back there, you do see Matilda on her knees, picking what's called aubergines, picking aubergines.
Right. So without walking up to her, I'm just gonna go. You won't believe who I met yesterday down by the old university.
I figured you would have just given a wolf whistle. Yo, is that an eggplant in your hand, or are you just happy to see me?
Yeah, she turns around and drops the eggplant, and immediately a few tears cross her eyes, and she crosses the distance in a brief run, and you well, what's your AC?
15. Grapple.
She goes to slap you, and you can pull out of the way or take it.
He's gonna take it.
So she slaps you and then embraces you. Oh, thank God you're home.
How long have you been rehearsing for this? And
The ladies at Bridge, they always say mean things, that you're dead,
well,
that you'll never come home.
I don't know. Is this the latest I've ever been?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, well, couple near-death experiences, nothing to scoff at, but yeah, I'm in one piece. Where are the kids? Are they at bocce practice?
No, that's Thursdays. It's
geez.
Wednesday, dear.
Oh, jeez. So they're not dead.
They're off playing in the woods.
Oh, good. All right.
Wait, how does Fisker sound? What does Fisker actually sound like? Do me a
like Dobby, but I decided to dial it back a little bit because it sounded like Dobby.
You don't sound like Dobby. You know what you sound like?
As I dialed it back a little bit.
You sound like Hoggle from Labyrinth, like with the David Bowie movie.
Yeah.
And then she meets that little fucking. I think he's a gnome. And she gets his name wrong every time. You sound like Hoggle.
I did practice a voice for her in my truck while I'm driving because I'm the coolest fucking guy ever.
If you don't use it,
I can't remember.
Really upset.
Well, you see, sir, this is what Fisker used to sound like. A little bit like Dobby, but with a cold. But because I've smoked too many hashtags, I'm having trouble doing it. Sir.
Now you're just Hoggle. I'm going to hopefully whisper over to Davos in the commotion of getting hit, like Fisker getting slapped and all that kind of stuff. Because now
I think you'll be whispering into the wind here, but yeah, keep going.
No, I know Davos isn't here, but I was going to say, because he's the stealthy one, I'm going to whisper over to Davos that I think somebody's like watching us, and I'm going to see if I can get him to like sneak around the house and sneak up on them.
Here, I'll clear the ownership of Davos if you want to take control of this character.
Sure, I'll take it. Oh,
no, don't delete it. Oh, that would have been bad.
Delete, goodbye. But yeah, so...
bro, you know how mad he'd have been? He's like, bro, I was an hour late. Like, why'd you guys delete me?
Yeah, you're out of the game.
Yeah, but yeah, so Zen is going to try and use like the cheerful turmoil of the family reunion and all this shit going on to try and make it so Davos can sneak away unseen to see if he can't figure out who or what's following us. Because I feel like a drow's a little more sneaky than a gnome. So
Davos would definitely do that. So go ahead and roll a sneak or a stealth check for Davos.
Hang on, wait. I want to metagame this real quick because I'm not sure if he knows he has it or not. So Davos has a ring of silence and a ring of invisibility.
I don't think we're in immediate danger. I don't know if he needs to be like super silent. I mean, he's got a plus 11 in stealth. I'm sure if he needs, he's probably going to be relatively quiet.
Okay, I was just letting you know.
I remember him having the ring of silence. Okay, so let's stealth check for Davos here.
Fuck.
23. I think he's going to be relatively.
Okay. So Davos just kind of he takes it in what you said, and he says something like, "Well, I guess I'll just go check that out then," and does like a back roll off the log he's sitting on, like four backward somersaults, and disappears into the brush.
You ever seen that meme where Homer just like disappears into the hedge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Davos right now. He's
Yeah,
just
that's exact, and that's what I wanted. I didn't want to alert the party. I just
and I'm
wanted,
gone.
yeah, just tell the one person, and hopefully Davos can flush out whoever's after us.
All right. Anybody else? Strog or anybody?
Scrog wants to see, alright, because I've got
Why
danger
won't these
sense,
children?
and I want to see if I see anything while this is all happening.
Yeah, make a perception check. Scrog being ever vigilant. Always
I am.
worried somebody's gonna stab him in the back. Go ahead, make a-
Always, bro. Do you realize how fucking sketchy shit he's done?
Like, honestly, every time we do anything, there's a chance of death, so it's not really surprising.
It's like you go talk to Fisker's wife.
Never mind.
Fisker's wife stabs all of you.
I see that there's a tree over there.
Yeah.
You're actually kind of taken aback a little bit by the sight of Fisker having a wife,
Yeah.
and you're trying to look around and keep vigilant, but you're like, that's just fucking weird, isn't it? Just kind of going through your head.
You're like,
Can I try
how
to
does
talk to the
anybody
cat?
sit
I
on
want
a
to try to
log
talk to the
beside?
cat. That's what I'm
you're
gonna do.
thinking, and you're thinking, and kids, he got laid. Anyway, and then so you see the cat come up, kind of chasing like just stalking around the yard.
Well, hang on a minute. Kote, what animal is it since Fisker doesn't own a cat?
No, it was a neighbor's cat.
Oh, that's right. It's the neighbor's cat. So I'm gonna ask this cat if he's seen anything suspicious here recently.
All right. So you guys see Scrog get up in his large hulking form and then huddle down on all fours and go,
If anything, you're suspicious to the cat.
"Brr, brr, 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 brr." And the cat kind of sits down and starts purring back at him, licking its hand. And cats don't have a huge intelligence, but yeah. So kind of you have to use a little bit of creativity here. Essentially, what you get is, well, hello there, humanoid. Of course, I've seen suspicious things recently. Everything's suspicious. To what are you referring?
Nice cat.
Goddamn devil creatures. Anything out of place, off-putting, new people besides the group that you see here?
Well, there is one. And the cat gets up on all fours and starts rubbing against your leg, like how they rub their arse in it and curl their tail around your legs and starts intertwining itself around your ankle. And he goes, "But I don't know if you'd be interested in him. He's quite strange." He's licking its paw and cleaning its head like they do.
I have one marlin spike from when we killed the swordfish, and I'm going to offer it to him for information.
He kind of sniffs at it, like, Yeah, I don't know if it'd be good. Oh yeah, no, that's recent, right? Like, so it's still fresh.
Yeah, that was on the boat ride
Yeah,
from.
relatively fresh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Well, okay. What you want to know?
Who is this person? Where are they? And what have they been up to? And do you know where any cocaine's at?
Catnip?
Well,
Cocaine? You know where any cocaine is?
they showed up a little while ago And they're living down by the river.
Is it in a van?
It's not in a van. Really weird fellow. Do you mind if I? And it kind of perks his head towards the Marlin.
Oh, by all means, that's yours, man. So we're exchanging information for goods at this point.
So it begins eating it like a cat would, licking it and then chewing off little bits. And in between its chews, weird bird man. Moved in. It's been talking to Fisker's children as of late. Very strange. What's on? Well, you'll see. I think he's down there now.
I'm going to hand him another chunk of the marlin. And
Oh, you're too good to me. You're too good.
hang on, man, 'cause
Don't touch me. You'll get me dirty.
I have a mouse in here too from when we were in the from when we burnt the fucking town down when me and Dad broke out of the shit. He's probably
There's a
mad.
bunch of crap in there.
Oh, dude, I wish you understood. My inventory is like 4 good scroll wheels.
So that mouse is decaying at this point.
Oh
That
yeah,
was
oh
a couple
yeah.
weeks ago.
I reached out and found him in the viscera that's in the bottom of the bag, and I was like, he's not gonna want this. All right, so there is I can't remember what the fuck they're called. Goddamn bird person.
Aracotl. Aracocra, that's what it is.
Cockra.
Or Kanku?
Kinku, that's what it is.
Or Kanku.
Or Owlfolk? Another one?
Owlfolk. There's another one. Or just like an owl bear down there mauling his children.
Oh wow.
Just mauling his children. Rah! I like to think that owl bears don't roar and they just
dead.
hoot aggressively. They're like,
Hoot! Hoot!
That's gonna carry me for days.
Hey, can somebody, I want to hear somebody's best hoot growl though. That's gonna be the one.
It would clip my mic. I can't do it.
Hoot!
Hoots. Amazing. Oh.
This is running through the forest on its owl legs and with its bare arms just like clapping. Hoot, 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 hoot. The bare head with owl eyes. You know what I mean? It's just.
Oh God.
could you imagine an owl bear and it just turns its head like the full 180 degrees?
Yeah.
That's
That roars like a bear.
Anyway, there's a bird.
Direction.
There's a bird person.
It's Phoenix person now.
All right.
All right, so I'm going to relay the
Anybody
messages.
hear from Ben lately?
I'm not.
No.
So I'm going to relay the messages. All right, so Scrog's going to sit up, and I'm going to look to Zin, and I'm going to continue speaking in cat because I'm going to this is totally what this cat just told me, and then I'm going to realize that I'm still speaking in cat to fucking Zin and be like, so this guy says that there's a bird person talking to Fisker's children
Like
Down
right
by
now?
the river.
down by the river.
Ooh, where the watermelons grow.
That's down by the bay.
Oh yeah, no, that's where the
That's-
coconuts grow. Is down by the river.
Down by the river is where the coconuts grow. And if you get caught, my mother will say.
So Ben and Zen, Scrog and Zen are just riffing here on an old limerick.
Yeah.
I've
Oh wait! This could actually kind of be serious.
There is actually like this weird bird person that could be talking to Fisker's children, and it seems like every time we run into one of these bird people, they're never of the good consorts.
Oh, fuck, the hate Cote has for fucking Pretty Bird is hilarious.
Yeah, Pretty Bird's the worst.
He is. He really is. Like, I'm not even kidding.
He's the second
Anyways, continue, sorry.
worst Genku I've ever experienced.
Yeah. Okay. So weird bird person. We're being followed by a gnome.
Almost is gone.
Davos is gone to find the gnome. What is Finnick doing?
Finnick's sitting, taking it all in, and Edmund's kind of looking a little
Yeah.
bewildered, but he's
I
there.
totally forgot about Edmund. So realizing that Edmund hasn't been here and that I have a few things for Edmund, I'm going to hand him 2 glowing crystals to
Oh
identify.
yeah, those are better.
Yeah, I need those to be identified because I don't know what they are yet.
All right, so he takes
And-
the crystals, Grog, and he puts his hand over his mouth and shakes his head. He kind of rifles through and pulls out an ink and quill. I need to speak to cast spells, or most spells, and he holds it out to you. Sorry.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay. Do we? When I guess I'll go up and talk to Matilda and ask when the kids are supposed to be back. I guess they're
So-
just running around playing right now, aren't they?
Jumping back to Fisker after she says that, I guess you guys have been having small talk for a little bit. Not small talk, but whatever talk is happening between Fisker and Matilda. And Zen gets up and begins walking towards you. We'll say the last thing that she said was the children are off in the forest playing.
Okay. Oh. My dearest, this is my good friend Zenilil. He is of the Silver Tongue.
And I'll give my
He-
hat a big flourish and a bow.
He's a little flamboyant and in between you and me, and he whispers this. He can get grating in large doses, but he's an exceptional raconteur and a true friend. I hope it's okay, but there's actually 4 more of my cohorts out in the front yard.
So
more
Finnick
than
gives
one
a
of them-
hearty wave and says, "Hi, Matilda. My name is Finnick. I have sworn an oath to avenge my father." Edmund just kind of bows, smiles.
Alright, so that's who's there.
And Grog asks.
She
for-
probably doesn't say much.
Is Fisker near me yet?
He's standing
I-
next to Matilda.
Can be, yeah. Close enough. You're in each other's view.
Okay, well, I want to get close enough to him to where as to not alert Matilda of what the information I've learned, but to let him know.
So Strog kind of edges up closer to you, Fisker. I'm assuming you're standing close to Matilda.
Yep.
What do you do to get his attention, Strog?
It's gonna kind of like bump him with my hip.
All right. When you do that, you notice that his hands down her pants. It's not doing anything. It's just down there.
Scrog's going to slowly and gently follow Fisker's hand.
It's
So,
like the size of her torso.
So, not to alarm anybody, but I guess there's a bird person that's been talking to your children.
Bird. Excuse me, honey. 1 minute. And hey, Scrog. There's no way I heard you correctly. Come in the house. Come in the house.
Your
Yes,
friends
it's
are
Scrog
quite
through the door.
strange.
Yeah, please. Just entertain them for a minute and just watch out for that. Watch out for that Davos.
So,
Uh,
as
so-
you're, as
Watch
you're,
out for
as you're-
Davos. He has herpes.
as you're walking into the building, you hear, "Oh, Zen, your biceps are so symmetrical." And you're inside the house now.
All right, Scrog.
Yeah.
Did you say a bird person's talking to my children?
All right, so hear me out. Okay, so you remember when I was doing that like goofy dance coming up the way to like learn how to talk to animals, right? So
You see him look at the ground and he just goes, "Yes."
all right, so I started talking to
Nothing.
DM. Do you have a name for the cat? I'm just gonna give him one.
You never asked his name.
Okay, well you guys call him Snowball, but he calls himself Alexander. Okay. But Alexander the cat outside, he's your neighbor's cat there, says that there's been a bird person. Did we establish what kind of bird person?
No.
Okay.
Alexander the cat.
Yes. He's very pompous and quite idiotic, but he says that a bird person has been talking to your children down by the river.
What is a bird person?
Like a kinku, an owlfolk, a fucking humanoid bird person.
I see. Scrog, can you take me to this cat? Wait, a cat? Wait, a cat? You mean a cat, not a cat person, but a cat.
No. I'm just gonna make pss, 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 pss
Oh,
noises
boy.
until the cat
Oh,
comes in
boy.
the room.
Fisker puts his head in his hands, and he was like, "I forgot you could communicate with beasts." So, the cat. Ask the cat. I cannot finish that sentence, or I will get a nosebleed. When did the cat last see this? Is it a regular occurrence? Cat, how can I bear witness to this bizarre event which you describe?
There's
Meow,
no
meow,
cat
meow.
within your.
I thought it was
vicinity.
coming.
Nope.
Scrog
In
was
response
calling it.
to-
Strong called it, but it's a fucking cat. So
Scrog, go get the cat.
Alexander,
through the
I have
window.
more. Alexander, I have more fish.
So you walk outside. There is no cat to be seen, and the fish, the bigger piece of fish you left is gone, and the other one's not at.
So the fact that the fish has been gnawed at is evidence that the cat is not imaginary.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we figured that out.
Frog's
I'm gonna
not
nail
high.
that down.
Yes. Grog has not
Hmm.
found cocaine. He has asked the cat. The cat didn't know what cocaine was. Okay. Like, nobody has cocaine.
Well,
Moon dust, whatever you want to call it.
kids are playing now. Let's run down to the river and see what the fuck is going on. Could you, how am I gonna, I know, Plumbert, fucking Fisker reaches into his pocket and he grabs Audrey too, and he starts whispering little clicks to it, and it scooters off and a new word. It scooters off in search of his wife to tell his wife that he'll be back in a minute. He's just
If
going
it
to
doesn't
see the
make
kids.
George
Does
Jetson
Audrey talk?
No, but it can communicate in a series of pantomimes, and Fisker and his wife and kids understand the pantomime of the homunculus because
fair.
their house is full of clockwork gizmos that Fisker's obsessively tinkering with.
Fair enough. Okay.
He came home and fixed 5 of them on his
He
way
can't
looking
communicate.
through to find his wife.
Yeah, it can't communicate complex concepts, but I'm hoping it can communicate that.
Okay.
You know, it's basically
will be
the
back.
homunculus is going to give it like a homunculus thumbs up.
Okay.
And then make
Um,
George Jetson fucking spaceship noises as it scooters away.
Yeah, let's go, Scrog. Let's go. So we'll hop on the back of Plumbart, or I will anyway, and we'll start heading down towards the riverbank where the children may or may not be playing, and where the fucking cat saw this anomaly.
All right. So
Hey, I just saw Davos sign in.
Oh, did you? I was gonna say, just because Davos isn't here, I don't like recognize that he's not there. I'm be like Davos, and I'm just going to like start throwing off like stupid gang signs because I don't speak fucking thieves.
Yeah.
But, like,
West Side.
Kalen, can I ask a quick question before we all? Is there a chance we could take a $5 here so I can go like piss and stuff like that?
Yeah, you know, this is probably a good time actually. Let's take a few minute break.
Yeah.
2 5.
All right, good. I was just switching headsets so I could roll the duties. Perfect.
Funny, I am also doing this.
From this day forth, you put your faith in me. way forth. You put your faith in me. Expecto Patronum!
Scrog and
Right here?
Fisker.
Kote?
Yeah.
Okay.
Scrog and Fisker on the hunt for bird
For
person.
the kids or the bird person.
Aviation man.
God, that just reminds me of Rick and Morty bird person.
It's Phoenix.
Yeah,
person.
it was a thing.
Yeah, we already went through that, Ben. You're an hour late because of your friends. Out there, you'd be a superhero.
Yeah. Bird person.
Okay, so they go off to find the aviation humanoid.
All right. Are you all? Who's all going? Emmett and Finnick are kind of talking by the fire.
Well, I'm going to stay at the house for when Davos comes back, either with the gnome in tow or with information on who's following us.
So,
Okay.
now that Davos is here, he can choose whether or not to make the decision on what he wants to do about me throwing
Right.
signs to see if he's seen this or not.
Well, Davos, technically, his character is not here because I sent him off to go sneak.
Yeah.
on that.
Well,
Davos
he's
is out
just
searching the
sneaking at
woods.
the moment.
He did
I
not
must-
see the gang sign,
Gang sign.
but that was hilarious.
I was throwing up so many good gang signs, bro. I was like, bird, person, river.
We
West
can't-
side.
We can't
Blood.
see you, Honky.
Okay, guys, I'll be on in just a couple of minutes. I just pulled up.
It's all good.
Okie dokie.
He's like,
So
"You can't
Davos
see,
is off
fuck you."
sneaking. Scrog and Fisker. Fisker starts leading you down kind of some of the trails towards the river.
Uh-huh.
Not that a lot of time has gone by, but the sun was pretty low in the sky, and it just a little bit of twilight left as you guys walk down the 5-minute path, meandering through the woods. What did they talk about?
Sorry.
This was kind of hyper focused on finding this supposed child predator, so he's not talking much.
Yeah, you took that really
One of the
weirdly.
freaking
Does
clips.
Fisker hate birds? Is that something I don't know about Fisker?
No,
No,
just Kote hates bird people.
I don't hate bird people. It was just the cat was like, "Hey, some bird man is fucking talking to your kids."
We're talking about
Oh, you mean why do I hate Pretty Bird?
yeah.
I know why you hate Pretty Bird. I was there.
What's the question then?
No, that's we're just saying racist against
You're
bird people.
racist.
You're
That's
racist
Jesus.
against the bird people
Avians.
of the avian descent.
Cracker, friend.
Oh God,
How many times have you been shit on by a bird?
0.
Thrice.
Lucky you, bro. All right.
It
so
once
anyway,
landed
so
in
we
my
are-
hair.
Ew,
Where else would it land?
shoulder.
In my mouth.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh,
Oh, thanks for putting that in my head.
what's it taste like?
It's
You
like
know,
shit.
Ben was pretty much there. Let's actually just hang out for him to show up.
I mean, we can RP down to the.
Well, that's why I asked you guys if you had anything to talk about while you were walking down. I was trying to stretch
yeah.
it out, but
Oh yeah, no, we're hyper focused on getting down there. I don't really have anything to say to Fisker.
hey, you warned about his kids and a potential
I have
rapist.
nothing to
So.
say to you.
Listen, just because Scrog helps out somebody doesn't mean he's still not mad at him for not giving him his rifle on the ship.
I don't even remember that.
Me either.
So Fisker was up.
I believe it happened. But
Fisker was up in the crow's nest. We were coming into port before I fucking top the other guy.
Yeah.
I was on a whole bunch of cocaine, and I was like, "Fisker, give me your gun," and you just like, "I didn't hear you."
Oh yeah, I remember that.
yeah.
I don't know that you intuited that I actually did hear you though.
Oh yeah, Oh yeah, it was perceived, and I made it.
Okay.
Well, no, you don't know. Scrog can think that he's like, fucker definitely heard me if he wants. But Fisker did pretend. He's like, oh, I didn't hear him. Yeah, let me share one picture as you begin.
I don't want to see your butt.
Yeah. As you begin down into getting close to the riverbed.
Is this what the inside of your butthole looks like?
It's colonoscopy.
This is
Probably.
his colonoscopy.
Hey, I actually watched my own colonoscopy once. I've had two.
That is a crazy concept, isn't it, bro? Like, yeah, like if you get a cool doctor, they'll let you watch it with them. Like to fucking be like, hey, this is the polyp that we see that's 19 inches inside.
Mine was actually pretty
called
good.
Cancer.
But the fucking doctor, right? So they have this little clamp that they can take samples with, right? And he's like, all right, here we go. And he's moving the camera back and forth. He's like, here we go. And I could see this little clamp with like scissors, basically, to just take a sample. He's like, here we go. And he grabbed my guts and pulled them. And I could see it. I could see it on my belly and on the camera. The belly shrunk back in the direction and then popped forward as he pulled off the piece. And like, wow, this is really fucking like meta. Like
Meta.
I'm watching my colonoscopy, and they give you like light drugs, right? So you're not freaking the fuck out. But I'm watching this camera that's in my fucking ass, and and then it didn't feel too real, even though it was in my fucking ass, until he grabbed my colon piece of it and then started pulling. Well, like upper,
yeah.
and then I saw my stomach like pull back, and I'm like, oh, that's in me. Like that's not good.
This dude did not buy me lunch, and he is way inside my guts.
Yeah, and like, because the fucking camera they use is fucking cool, right? Like it's that snake thing, and every segment remembers, so it just follows along your like, you know what I mean? Like it keeps its shape.
It has retentive memory, is what.
So it's like 3 coils up inside, right? Like going around my fucking intestine.
Was in there.
Yeah.
3 coils is 9 feet.
Well, you know what I mean. Like it was turning some corners, but he.
That dude definitely owed you a steak dinner.
Yeah, it was an intense. It was the second one I did, and they didn't find what they were looking for the first time, right? So they went in again, and they kept me. The first time they knocked me out for it, and the second time I was awake. But the worst part was he's like, okay, we're going to turn the camera around and look at the inside of your sphincter. I hope this is all on stream, Sean.
Fucking you do that. If you can do it 360. Yeah.
Yes. So it coils around, right? And he's like, this one's going to hurt. And I'm like, okay, well, it's kind of been hurting already and whatever. And I'm like, can't be that bad. My God, the pain of it. It felt like somebody shoved a knife into my anus. Like, whenever you turn the fucking camera, because it expands out your ascending colon, right? Because it's got to arc around. Holy.
I'd rather out or up. Fucking, I don't know if I'd rather the stretch or the fucking depth.
Oh my god! It was
stretch.
Awesome.
It's the stretch, bro. I promise you. I know exactly what Caleb said. The depth doesn't really bother you until the stretch happens.
I've never screamed like a little girl until that moment. I was like, oh!
Did you?
Like, and it was a wail of pain. Like, oh, like not good. Like I can't recreate the noise because it was so authentic. You know, like yeah, it was a. And the nurse like patted my hand. She's like, "It's okay.
You're doing great." You know. Meanwhile, you know, in the break room, they're like, "Dude, did you hear that grown ass man scream like a little 9-year-old?"
Yeah. To be fair, that was over 10 years ago. That happened on PEI, but
Yeah. Aren't you glad that's on a stream on Twitch?
yeah, I don't care. I'm open.
If we don't have
So's
that
your
many followers
asshole.
before, we definitely do now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We literally just named this session the DM is butthurt.
I'm doing the updates right now, and I'm just gonna go get changed out of my work stuff.
Go.
Follow for more panel. Follow for more DM panel.
Well, I think
Oh,
me
man.
and they're gonna be basically doing a fucking first in, first out here. I got like 15 minutes. That's all right. I get a lot done.
15
I just want to
minutes?
be there. Yeah.
You think you might be able to stretch it to 20, 25?
Yeah, it's 15 equals 20, 25. I said 15 minutes because it's 11:37. I was thinking I'd go at midnight, and that's 23 minutes. And I know if I say 15 minutes, I'll be here for 30. So I said 15.
There you go. Yeah, well, let's start because you two, like Davos isn't there for this part, so you two go.
He's not, but this is kind of
That's okay. We'll make it efficient. Don't worry about it.
He should at least be listening, I think.
I'll stay till it's done. We'll deal with it. I'll just get snippy if we start talking about colons again. Oh, I wish it was circumcisions. I'll just get snippy if we start talking about circumcisions again. It's laying right on the ground and I didn't pick it up.
Just a little off the top, please.
Oh, what the fuck was it? Caleb, did you watch the last season of Family Guy?
Maybe, I don't know.
Season 20.
I don't touch my remote.
Okay.
Shows come on my TV, and I don't know what I'm watching.
You
So
seem
maybe.
to get fairly recent references to it, and I always mention that it's a terrible show and I hate it. There's one moment every season that makes me just fucking die, and I can't remember what exactly it was.
Why is it a terrible show? It's not terrible.
It's just so many of the jokes are so bad now.
Declined.
It's okay.
Yeah,
It's fine. I don't know. I don't like it very much, but I watch it anyway, and I kind of hate myself for it, and I displace that hate onto the show.
See, this is what Honky was talking about.
I'm not sure what you were trying to say, but
carry on.
I think it was like Buddy's trying to kill his fucking friend's cat or something like that, or maybe it's not that one. I can't remember, but it's like there's a scene where they're fucking alive in a graveyard somewhere, and like Brian's standing over it, or it's like a dog standing over the grave, and it's like fucking, Mr. Buttons or something like that, because it's the cat he always wanted dead, and then Peter's there standing over a grave, and it's just I can't make it funny. I'm not gonna tell it. I'll just fucking link it. It's never funny when somebody tries to be. I saw this funny thing. I'm gonna tell you 70% of it. I thought you might be able to finish it for me.
No,
I watched the whole season in 3 days, just while falling asleep, and I didn't laugh once except for that. And I literally laughed so hard I had to get up, and I was up for like another 2 hours.
I have a smartwatch and I'm too stupid to learn how to use it.
Okay. I am fucking here.
Nice.
What's up, man? Welcome.
Yo, holy shit.
And here we go.
All right.
So anyway, about your butthole.
Yeah.
About my butthole.
Yes.
How big is a colonoscopy camera? I didn't have the strength to actually look at it.
Nobody, no.
Oh, here is a funny thing, though. I was watching the screen, and I
Size
could
of a
see
20
my
ounce
butt
bottle.
cheeks, right? And he's moving it back and forth, and he's like, 1, 2, 3, here we go. And I watched the camera go into my own anus.
It goes
And
the
here we
airplane.
go.
What the hell did I come
Yeah.
back into?
It's like Mario 64. Here we go.
Yeah, here
Like
we
jump into that painting. Jump into my asshole.
Oh my! Oh, that painting.
All right, everybody's here.
Yeah. All right. Sharing this screen. This is a descriptor for currently Scrog and Fisker. You approach down to the riverside, and the runes from old Tectuine still reside here. And you can hear kind of voices
Good job, Ben.
in the distance, and it's one voice, but it sounds like he's making voices like.
So it's Jar Jar Binks in the forest.
And you carry on down, listening, and you can tell it's on the other side of the river. You start to cross over the small bridge. Are you both just still carrying on, or?
I am going to ready a javelin.
All right, Scrog readies a javelin.
Yeah, I mean, if we can't discern anything about the nature of the voice, I'd say cautiously tiptoe forward. Not saying anything?
It's
noises?
yeah,
It
it's
is,
making
but
noise.
it's
Like
incoherent.
It's inaudible. Like, or
yeah,
it's-
like you can kind of hear it like echoing off the trees, right? And it's one significant speaker, but he's kind of doing other. It's like he's
mimicking other
changing his voice up and down. Yeah, mimicking other voices.
Okay.
And then loudly, you hear the laughter of your children. It kind of echoes throughout the tree. It's getting a little eerie.
Oh,
Yeah,
break into a run. Full fucking sprint.
Directly behind it.
It's Plumbart, so Plumbart's the one running.
Yep, and Scrog keeps pace with him easily because I think Scrog is a huge move speed.
So is this Fisker's
Grog
children?
has 40, Plumbart
Fisker's children, yeah.
40.
Oh shit!
Me and Plumbart have the same movement speed, I believe. Plumbart has 40, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
Yep, so we match pace as we beeline towards these voices.
Yeah, so Scrog with his big footfalls, and Plumbart with his, I don't know if you can hear that, but the thumping of his hooves. You round the corner breathlessly, and you see the oddest sight. A bird humanoid puppeting little dolls, seemingly putting on a show for your kids who are sitting on two rocks.
That thing is
John, if you
creepy.
take it away.
Come, my friends, it's time for the show. Come, young ones, I told you I would tell you a story, and this is how it is. So you can see the Birdman take a step back towards where the little dolls are. One doll seems to be very much larger than the other ones, and he takes it, he picks it up and sets it off to the side. So this kind of envision like an old Japanese-style marionette shadow play. So as you guys are looking on it, you can see, says, the story begins with a boy who's set on climbing the mountain. As he proceeds up through the hole, he notices a dark cave. Bearing no ill will to the darkness, the child proceeds forward and exits a giant chasm filled with gold. Ooh. Yep. Yes, I'm telling them about that. Shush! He looks back toward it. So as the child progresses deeper and deeper in the cave, he notices the large value of wealth crashed up against the side of a door. He looks to his left and he sees a haughty dragon. Ooh. And you can kind of see him light a pipe and kind of blow smoke up into the back to make it look like there's smoke circling the character that you see in front of you. And as the child looks up, he says, "My, what a large creature you are! It's a pleasure to meet you." "Don't take my treasure, child, or the punishment is death." The child says, "I don't want your treasure. What would I ever use it for?" Suddenly, the mountain begins to shake and quake. The pathways fill with rocks. And so basically you can kind of see little stones like that are made from pebbles and like like ripped up grass and earth that he just starts throwing at it maniacally. And then the child says, "Well, my lord, it looks like this place is going to be destroyed. What do we do?" "What is it of me? Dragons are eternal." And as the child looks down, he notices that there's a key resting on top of the treasure. So the child says, "Wow, what a brave and industrious dragon you are. Do you happen to know our way out before we are all destroyed?" "I am eternal, child." "Ah, you don't seem to be any help." And as the child looks around, he can kind of see a doorway at the back end of the room. And he puts two and two together and notices that the key fits the lock. "The whole mountain is coming down, dragon. We must leave. What are we standing here for?" "You may not touch my treasure," says the dragon. "But if we don't leave, we'll both die." Fine. Take the treasure. Take it and leave." And the child says, "Wow, you changed your mind awful quick." "Okay." So the child, you can kind of see the child start lumbering down as almost hanging off of strings, walking down a fake set of steps made of like broken parts and different wooden edges. And the kid picks up the key and walks over towards the door and unlocks it. And then all you see is the bird person kind of like start to cast like a bluish reddish hue of magic underneath his hands for effect. It envelops the stage, and all you hear is, "Well, thank you, dragon. See, I might have to go now." And the dragon looks to him and says, "But no, you may not have it." And he starts to blast fire across the door to make it cave in. And the child looks to the dragon and says, "But now we both die. I don't understand." As you can see the top of the mountain start to crackle in, on their way to destroy them both. "It is my nature, young one. I do what I must for the treasure." And you can kind of see, like the Aarakocra kind of take a few steps back, comes around the sides of the table towards the children. So this is a cautionary tale for you both. Not everybody seeks the same things as you do. Things can be evil, things can be good, but everybody always has something in the back of their mind they're trying to attain. It is up to you to figure out why, and use this information to protect yourself from all. "I know! I'm getting to the point of the story!" You just hear him scream over towards the puppet that's sitting in the corner, just unused for the entire portion of the show. And he just kind of waddles forth, and then he starts dropping like little treats towards the kids. "Would you like to see more, young ones?" And you can kind of see him hobble like you'd see almost like a pigeon that has broken wings. You can kind of almost see him hobbling back. And then he looks up and he notices that he's being watched.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
He's being watched down the barrel of a very steadily held firearm.
Fair enough. What's Grog doing? What's Grog doing?
Oh, man.
So
Grog
is only Fisker and
Grog was
Scrog
going to
here?
say.
Yes.
Okay.
So Scrog has returned his spear and drew the pistol that he took from Edmund because he hasn't given it back yet.
Yep.
Fisker almost looks like he's hoping that this is the one time that Scrog will fly off the handle and just kill someone on sight. Because Fisker looks like he wants to pull the trigger, but he knows that he shouldn't. And he's just sitting there staring at the fucking owl-faced creep.
So,
Isn't doing anything.
Do you have this set up on a combat screen anywhere? How this would go down, Caleb?
I can do that if you give me a moment.
Yep.
Alright. Fisker's gonna fucking have Plumbart walk towards Buddy, he's going to hold the rifle very steadily in his face, and he goes, "Why are you talking to my children?" You have 10 seconds.
How far away are you there, Kote?
Probably 15 feet and 5 feet closer with each passing second, stopping only when the gun is directly between his eyes.
Oh! Looks like the company we have. And he kind of looks over towards the children and looks towards you, realizing the gun is at his hands, and he goes, "Ah, friend. Maybe? Who are you? Why have you come gate crashing at this wonderful event?"
If the next thing that comes out of your mouth isn't an answer to my question, it will be the last thing you ever say. Why are you talking to my children?
So at that point, the children realize you, Daddy, and
Stay there, kids.
They start walking, like running towards you, and then they kind of get a little scared, and they're like, "Well, you're back."
Yes.
I'm gonna try and find tokens for them. 1 sec.
He's holding his hand out to them as if to say, "Stay there," and actually saying, "Stay there."
What? You see the bird kind of look over towards the small little doll that's in the back here, and he goes, "What? You think they have some relation? Ah, silence. I've heard enough from you today." Would you care to join the show? All I am doing is putting on a show for your children. Wait. Are you sure?
I'm
yes.
so glad you said that. I was fucking dying knowing that I had to say he's gonna shoot the gun. I didn't want to. I was sitting here like, can you please? I don't want to do that.
Just say something that
Yeah.
you're doing for the children.
God. All right. So, okay.
I'm also trying not to cough my head off at the moment.
Fisker's gonna look back at Scrog. Just like, Scrog, what the fuck do I do? I want to just end him, but I don't have it in me. He doesn't say anything. He just looks at him. I must know whether, look, where the kids are playing right now. Do they play here often? Is it a safe place? Does creepy shit happen around here? Is this...
No, it's pretty safe. That's why they're able to go down here by themselves.
Why'd you make it look so creepy?
Because
Why'd you make it sound so creepy?
Oh, he sounds creepy.
I got this. So Scrog's going to look to the children and be like, "Does your mother know about this owl creature?"
Well, no.
Why?
Well, he doesn't want people to know he's here because people send him away whenever they know he's around.
Fisker's gonna whip his head back at the owl creature. Why do they send you away?
I'm going to make that 30-foot motion in his direction.
Alright, so Scrog rushes up.
There.
Sorry, I gotta close it and reopen it.
Because these are the children, right?
Oh, yeah.
Why do my children look like two mustachioed Asian men?
Because we don't have
That's what
that many
gnomes look
tokens.
like.
Racist gnome pictures right there, boys.
My, what a...
I don't know, because you're really ugly, maybe?
Either you or your wife look like Bette Midler, okay?
Your wife looks like a microwave. Deal with it.
No, she's built like a microwave.
Whatever.
Oh, why is this thing on my team all of a sudden?
Built like a quick cooker. Throw some waves at it.
So Scrog rushes into melee combat. Not combat, but rushes into melee range, guarding the children, I'm presuming.
Ah, another guest. Perhaps you can see the giant birdman look back towards the doll again. He's like, "I'm trying to, but you keep interrupting me. Please stop." And he looks
we
back
are within
towards
5
Scar.
feet of each other, right?
Pardon?
We're within 5 feet. So when he turns back around to look at me, I'm going to be holding that pistol at eye fucking level.
Okay.
Well, I've never seen anybody hate my performances so much. What did I do to progress such hate?
Tell us, who sends you away? Who sends you away from here?
Everyone. And
Why?
because of this, you can see that the Birdman extends his wings out in an arc-like formation, and all you see along the wings' edges is broken pieces of metal and barbed wire that seem to be interwoven between his wings. And you can actually see that he has several open wounds corresponding to the points that the actual barbed wire is stitched into his wings.
Stop speaking in riddles.
This man seems mutilated.
I go and tell stories. Stories that people may have forgotten in over time. But I will say this. Nobody can put on a better show than I can. Here, take this. And the character hand... and and you can see the Birdman kind of extend a hand with a little bag in it to Scrog.
You know what? Just on a quick little pan away, Zen's just at home talking to Fisker's wife, and just a moment he just like has a little chill.
Yeah, the glass breaks at the tea that you're drinking.
Yeah, he's just sitting there. And at the exact moment, he's like, "Nobody can put on a better performance." I just grip the glass too hard and shatter it. And I'm like, "Sorry, my symmetrical biceps don't know their own strength." And then I look off into the distance.
Don't know their own strength.
in
Your
the
biceps
direction.
are like fucking alive. Oh my god.
They're like flexing and pulsing. The veins are all showing.
She's like, "Oh, are you hurt?" And we cut back. Actually, let's cut to a Davos here.
Yeah.
Davos,
yeah.
please make
I don't know what's
me
going on.
a perception check.
Right,
You're off
in this
hunting.
case, I have to leave.
Oh, yeah, you're out hunting.
Okay, perception it is. Here we go.
What was that, Cote?
When this Davos makes this roll, I have to leave.
12.
Good job.
Not that good,
All right.
but it's not under 10.
All right, do you need to know anything about how Fisker's going to handle that shit at the cave before I go? Because I can tell you.
Hang up for 5. Give me 5. Give me 5. Give me 5.
Yeah, I'll be quick.
All right, I'll have
right
a smoke.
back.
It's
I'll jump
fine.
right
Yeah, I'll put my...
Why don't we just finish off Fisker's thing then?
No,
Yeah,
do
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Fine.
Just figure.
Yeah.
No, do Davos.
Yeah, no,
Fuck off.
Davos, you off hunting what Zen sent you for, but you don't really find anything. You're like, whatever. And you notice Scrog and hunting Scrog and Plumbert and Fisker running down towards you. Like, oh, see what that's all about. So you're kind of lurking in the trees, hidden very well, and you're kind of watching this whole thing play out.
Okay.
Fisker, right now, you hear the bird person say that, and how do you react?
I'm turning to, Fisker's turning to Scrog, and he's gonna say, Scrog, why did the cat tell you about this? Of what concern is this bird?
I asked if there was any new suspicious people, and this is the person that the cat has told me about.
Good enough for me. Fisker picks one of his kids up by the collar of the shirt, picks the other kid up by the collar of the shirt, puts them on the back of Plumbert, and fucking rides away.
Okay, make a perception check as you're picking up your children.
Right. I hate having to do what the character would do, even when it fucks with shit.
It's all good.
Oh, it's a big old greasy upside down 9.
All right. So you don't hear the cocking of the pistol, and you miss the surprise round as you all hear a gunshot ring out.
Wrong.
You just gonna make him save us
even
now.
then, you hear the gunshot, and
So-
I'm going to make an attack roll here now at Fisker.
Oh, it's gonna be the bonding experience where he helps us in combat, and therefore we can't hate him anymore.
What's your AC? Sorry.
Then I have to listen to for the next 30 fucking months. He's 15.
15
What's your
AC.
AC?
15. 1
50.
5.
Okay, yeah, that's a big hit. You hear the gunshot, and then you feel the pain in your chest as a bullet rips through, doing 14 damage.
I've been shot.
Holy fuck.
Do I see from where?
Make a perception check. You can take off, Kote, if you want. I think I am going to end the session here soon, though, unfortunately. And we'll pick up here again.
Okay, so Feral Instinct.
Oh, that sucks for
700.
Ben. You just got here.
That's okay, guys. I had a weird night, but I've
It's
caught
all
up
good.
on everything. Like I know everything that's happened. So,
Sean, are you going on? Are you going on your trip
No,
away?
no, I'm not.
Okay. So maybe this weekend sometime we can play again.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Sean? Because you didn't work the weekend, you said?
No, I have all the time off.
Okay, so I'm going to use Feral Instinct during this as well, because it gives me, because you said we entered a surprise round, and the surprise round lets me act normally for my first turn as long as I enter a rage. And seeing that Fisker has just been shot, I am most definitely going to enter a rage.
What Fisker's doing is no matter what happens, he's charging back to the house with his kids.
Yeah, get
Gotcha.
the
He
kids
wants
out
to
of
get
there.
them back. Yeah, he's not slowing down for any reason. So
That's
yeah,
fine.
see you next time. Let me know if there's a session this weekend. I'll be there.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll just do a little wind down, and that's pretty much it.
Oh, this is super dope. Okay, so here we go.
Yep.
All right, so I've just entered a rage. Did I see where the shot came from?
Let's make a perception check.
Can I make one too? Because I've been watching.
No, you failed yours to catch it before it happened already. So you do hear the gunshot, but this is Honky's chance here.
Victor, can you look up what danger sense is? I think it helps me on wisdom throws, doesn't it?
Danger sense, I think, is you have advantage on dex saves on things that you can see.
Okay.
Danger sense. Barbarian. You have advantage on dex saving throws against effects that you can see, such as traps and spells. You can't be blinded, deafened, or incapacitated to get this benefit. So yeah, dex saves, basically you have advantage on.
16.
16. You could tell it has come from the east, but you can't pinpoint it right away.
Okay, and we're saying that up is north?
Up is north, yeah.
So,
We will. We will. So if you want to do something very small, we'll do that, and then we'll jump to everybody else. But because we'll roll for initiative like the minute we start playing next.
all right. It
game.
wasn't the owl who shot him, though.
No, definitely not.
All right,
It came from afar.
I want to take my
Unseen.
move to move me, and I want to grab the owl man and throw him back here into this cover to where we can't be seen from that area.
Okay. So Scrog runs up and grabs your head, Sean. Do you resist or?
I
don't
do not.
grab him by the head. I just grab him by his clothes and just like yank him with me.
Yeah.
Wait, so is Sean just the owl man? He's just playing an NPC right now?
Sean's the owl man.
Well, he's definitely a playable character. Sean's playing him.
Okay, but he's not Finnick, right? Finnick is not an owl man?
No.
And it's not an owl man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go up there. Woo! But I'll kind of I'll kind of reach back and grab the doll before he yanks me too.
Mm-hmm.
So you can just see fucking the big owl dude fucking grab a hold of this little stuffed animal that's got a bunch of barbed wire stuck through it. Very ugly, very ill-made. He's like, oh, can't forget him!
Fish has 2 kids. I'm going to take a picture of this battle map. So Davos, you heard the gunshot, and you were out tracking, right? And you missed them kind of completely. So we're gonna say you're to the bottom right hand corner of the map, kind of hiding.
Okay, you know what I'll
but like
do?
hiding in this area.
I'll ready up an action when we start next, even though like initiative happens, to investigate and stay hidden. And like investigate during stealth to find where this person actually is so that we know where he is altogether.
Gotcha.
And that's
And
it.
up at the house, then you hear the gunshot. Like it's close. It's not super close, but it's relatively close.
Okay. Did Scrog or Fisker say that they were going down to the river?
We didn't say a fucking word to nobody. I gave some weird gang signs to fucking Davos, but he didn't see him.
Because he wasn't even there.
Right, but
Yeah, but you see
guys-
where they walked off to,
yeah.
and the gunshot's relatively close in the direction that
You got
they
that
left.
chill down your spine, and now you hear a gunshot. So you know.
Yeah. Well, I do have increased movement for being a satyr. It's 35, so I'm just gonna like double action move, and I'm going to tell Matilda
there you go.
to get inside and lock the door,
Mhm.
and then I'm gonna fucking goat sprint jump down the fucking mountain towards the fucking river.
And
Alright,
what does
make
that
a-
mean? It means greatest of all time. He's just fucking goading down.
Yeah, make a perception check as you're galloping off.
Fucking
Let's go. Huge
fucking
perception.
kill this owl.
Huge perception.
I know it's not the owl that's attacking us, but I'm gonna fucking kill the owl.
Huge.
Wow.
Yes. Because
Ben
he's goaded.
Shit. Goated
Yeah.
as fuck, man.
Goaded.
I have like my own danger sense, which is if anybody within 1,000 feet of me says that they can perform better than I can, I have to attack them.
I will show you how to perform.
Yeah, and then like while you guys are off like fighting a bunch of people that are shooting bullets, I'm just gonna duel the banjos this fucking owl.
Dude, you guys are gonna have a performance off. It's gonna be a tap. Dude, I could see you guys performing together and him teaching you a new story of ancient
It's
times.
just like Deliverance,
What is Deliverance again?
I hear fucking
the
banjo.
movie where the guy gets fucked with the ass. Squeal like a piggy boy.
Squeal like a pig, boy.
Oh, yeah. We call that reeing.
22. You see Edmund and Finnick get up and rush to try and guard the house and Fisker's wife.
Perfect. Yeah. And then I just started sprinting. I assume I'll probably miss the first round or two, but that's okay.
Okay, and then last thing, because I'll just do it right now before this investigation roll, is I'll make a weird call out in my Davos fucking hidden spot voice of just something fucking strange, and hopefully the boys catch on that I'm here at least.
Okay. Make a... What kind of check would that be?
Performance. Straight up performance.
Yeah,
See if
I
I can
roll
do it.
performance.
Give us your
Let's
most
see.
angry hoot.
Okay, let's see what I can get.
So
Moloch,
your
the angry
idea is
owl
to try
god.
and remain hidden to the enemies, but let your friends know you're there.
Yeah, so like an animal call, but something that they would recognize as maybe me.
Yeah. Scat. I got it. Yep.
20, natural 20.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
well-
There you go.
What do you do to be convincing? To tell your friends that it's you and not an animal, but to let the enemies know.
So
Or not let the enemies know.
So I will go. Okay. I'm all hidden and shit.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna rasp the bark on the tree in front of me. And then I'm gonna go. "Woo, woo, woo, woo," and that's it. So
All right,
weird
Scrog.
fucking
For
owly
some
shit.
reason, you're like, oh, Davos is over there behind that tree.
You're like, my gang signs worked.
Yeah.
Monkey!
My thoughts were is he's hidden. He lights a bowl of salvia because who carries the salvia? Davos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's what you
A
guys
hint
get
of
out of
salvia
this
drift
weird
by.
thing.
As the salvia fills the air, we know
Scrog's like,
dark
okay, I'm ready to
elves
attack,
are.
and he's just like, wait, what's that smell? I smell
Time out.
Davos.
There you go.
Time out.
As Davos is in Salvia world, he is hidden within the cornfield and the pages.
The
He
cornfield
feels like
and
no
the
one.
pages.
Yeah, he feels like no one can see him.
The pages of cornfields.
Yeah,
He's just out
pages of
there
cornfields.
naked in the middle of the street yelling.
Yeah, I'm actually just like completely out in the middle of fucking the fucking open.
He's next to that rock just below Fisker.
The enemy sees me, but he's like, he's no fucking threat. Who the fuck is that? He's just tripping.
Just some dark elf out smoking salvia in the woods again.
Yeah.
Them dark
Every
elves.
day. This used
Normal
to be such a
Wednesday.
nice community.
It's a normal
Yeah,
Wednesday.
oh god.
Guys, we know it's Wednesday. We know it's Wednesday.
All right, though. With that, though, we will end the session proper, and we can move into just talking if y'all want.
Oh, fuck.
Does anybody want to play some For the King or tabletop after?
Victor, do you need to get off for work tomorrow?
Not right away, but like, I'll probably get off in like half an hour. I don't know if there's anything that we can really fit in.
Do you have Tabletop Simulator?
Yes, I have Tabletop Simulator.
Well, we could play some coup.
I don't
Or
know
to
what that is,
level
but
5 Munchkin. We could just do a half Munchkin.
You teach me how to play Cube, and I'm a pretty quick learner.
Basically,
Very easy to learn.
You lie to each other.
Very easy to learn.
I'm
And Victor,
great.
we could play the DLC, like the expansion. Yeah, that was retarded. Sorry.
Sorry, still thunder there.
So, believe it or not, I puked twice since we started playing. Woo! I'm the best.
Wow.
Jesus, I hope you're feeling.
Way to
okay.
keep it hidden. You're like a 15-year-old girl.
I don't blame you. I almost threw up when we started talking about
All
the inside of
Of my anus.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anna,
That's pretty
no,
bad.
not